That's a Thing, Accent Core, episode 0.65. It is Monday, March the 23rd, and we're entering week 2.
Everyone,
quarantine.
Here.
Quarantine lockdown.
Yeah. Just like WrestleMania, there's no one in the stands, but we're used to it. That's our normal standard operating procedure. I'm Kevin.
It's starting to feel like an Eric Andre bit.
It's wrestling without wrestlers is like without an audience is so bizarre. It has this weird pathetic energy where it kind of reminds me of whenever they took the laughs, if you've seen that clip, out of the Big Bang Theory, and it just makes it so much worse because every joke just has nothing. Where before their bad jokes had people laughing, so you're like, but the show moved on. But then whenever you remove the laugh track and Sheldon goes bazinga and then there's just dead silence, it's so awkward and bad. And that's like when you see Stone Cold say, "Can I get a hell yeah?" And
Can I get a hell yeah?
it's just
silence.
I loved it.
It's so good.
I said, "Can I get a hell yeah?" And then one person goes, "Hell yeah!" And he goes, "What?"
It's perfect. Oh, a brand new era. We are entering the new era. I hope everyone's families are okay. I called people to let them know that I'm okay because I'm the most important. That's how I operate. Oh boy. So
I saw a clip. It might have been Japanese wrestling, but like they were duking it out without touching each other.
No, that's great. Social distancing wrestling. All you have to say is it's nin. Remember, we fixed this. If they say it's nin and or stands and you simply can't see them because you're not a stand user, the problem is solved.
Orange Julius got a whole lot stronger now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, I learned his name is Orange Cassidy, so my apologies to him and his fans from last week's show.
That's fine. All right. So, on current events, over under, how many weeks you think we got in quarantine?
I want to say,
I'm
counting the week we just went through,
I'm going to say,
I'm going to throw 2 more. I want to say like 3 total. So
okay.
2 more after this.
Because I was going to say
it's probably actually going to be 4.
Because I was going to say, to me, 4 seems like the most likely. So I was going to do the old, pardon the interruption.
Price is Right.
Yeah. So do you go over 4 or under 4? Because my hope is 3 total. And then we slowly start to resume. Like, I don't think it's, like, week 4 is not going to be total unquarantined, but things will start to be lessened. That's my hope.
Do you want my real bet?
Yeah, hit it. That's what this is about.
My real bet is it'll be 3 weeks, and then 2 weeks later we'll have to do another 3 weeks.
I could see it. I could see it.
I'd say that it's going to be 4 weeks, and then like a month later we're going to have to. I think it's going to be a little more wide.
So you think it's going to be like Nolan? You think it's going to be month off, month on, month off?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You think we're basically going to unquarantine for the Olympics and then re-quarantine when the Olympics is done?
I think the Olympics have to get pushed back. They're not going to cancel it because, the Olympic Committee is a bunch of greedy sacks of garbage, but it's not going to happen when it's supposed to.
Also, like, Tetsuo in Canada is gonna do their thing. Gotta.
No, the coronavirus is going to mutate him.
Oh, I see. So that's the new side effect we're gonna discover. Psychic powers.
Psychic powers.
Yeah. That's stupid.
I would be so mad if it turns out there was a chance getting corona gave you psychic powers, and I never even went out and tried to get corona.
That's an interesting question. Because I've always had the opinion, I didn't think about it that way, where if superpowers were a possibility and I didn't have superpowers, I would be so furious. I would be so mad. Because if no one has superpowers, that's fine. But if one person had them, I'm like, well, why not me?
Yeah.
Does that mean you start doing magic? Like, you go to the internet and you're finding all those random web pages and trying to see if it'll work? Because if superpowers are real?
I don't think you have to go like an extra level deeper. In a series called Secret Warriors, one of the things Nick Fury said S.H.I.E.L.D. would do is they'd just leak what should be highly confidential, like out there technologies onto the internet as a recruiting tool. Because if someone did find it and figure out what to do with it, it meant they were worthy of being S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. I've also thought there was an SCP story where it was revealed that every modern horror trope was engineered by the SCP Foundation to get people aware of the rules of things so that they wouldn't be so vulnerable to it.
Unprepared.
Yeah. They were going,
I like it.
Here's how you deal with a zombie. You blow up the head. Now there's not going to be a zombie outbreak because every single person knows how to handle a zombie. If they were to encounter one. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing.
Appease the ghost.
Yeah. That's how you do it. I had... Oh, did any of you guys go grocery shopping and see the toilet paper apocalypse?
For me, it was all the bread was gone.
That's the secondary. From what I've seen... Oh, you go.
No, like when I went out, bread, meat, and food was fine. Just no toilet paper. I'm like, oh well.
See, meat was also gone, unless you wanted like the pre-made, like pre-spiced chicken roast or whatever that cost more than I'm willing to pay for meat.
They had Vienna sausages, so I was good.
Also, we're talking about meat, Kevin.
Listen, you gotta go dark in there. But nah, they had like the soups. They had raisins, which are pretty good. I'm getting into raisins lately instead of candy because they're slightly more healthy.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Like, raisins are not healthy. Let me be real. They're not.
They're nature's candy.
But they're slightly more. And that's the kind of steps that your pal Kevin's going to be doing.
It's also, at least you can look at it, and the only thing in a raisin is grape.
Oh, I got the one with a little bit of yogurt covering on them, so I'm basically eating candy. Listen, we're going.
Yeah, that's just candy now. That's not a step, Kevin. That's not a forward step, that's just a side step.
No, we're going from candy with some fruit in it. It's a step. This is a monumentous occasion. We're going there.
Doesn't that mean you're like chocolate mint candies? That's like candy with plants in it.
Exactly.
That's a vegetable.
There's something
really.
green in there. That's an improvement. I also got like fruit.
A chocolate orange is just okay.
Yeah, chocolate orange.
That sounds bad.
Chocolate oranges are good. I just can't eat them because I'm always terrified about the part where you got to hit them on the table to crack them open.
Yeah.
It kind of
You
bothers
read
me.
one too many Ramona and Beezus' growing up?
No,
No.
I don't remember that part of Ramona and Beezus.
That was Ramona, like, all the kids in school to open their, like, hard-boiled eggs or, like, cracking them on their foreheads.
Oh,
And so, leaving for school, she asks her mom she needs an egg for lunch. And she gets a raw egg.
oh, that Ramona Quimby. always getting into situations.
This is the most low-energy episode we've done.
That's because okay, so one of the things I'm learning about myself in the quarantine cast is that, like, with me, I don't need that much in-person socialization, but I do need roughly 4 hours a week. And I'm kind of getting, like, just a little stir crazy. Not a lot, and I still have stuff to do, and I like being by myself, but it's that the option is removed from me is more than the actual thing itself. It's the fact that I can't go get a baked potato at Red Pig. It's not that I really want one, but the fact that I can't go makes me want one and sad.
Oh no, you can go to the Red Pig. They don't care.
No, but I care. That's different.
I know.
It's listen,
They're still open.
I'm
See, they're still open.
I'm trying to be the good responsible person. But man, I don't like it. Being responsible sucks.
There's a lot of unresponsible old people out there. I'm like, you know what? Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm kind of wondering what, like, all the old people going out to vote this past Tuesday is going to do to voter turnout next election.
It's gonna be fast. There's some weird stuff coming in. Like how I always wanted to see the experiment of how universal basic income would work, but this was not the scenario in which I wanted the test to be done. I almost wanted to see, would that work? And now I guess we're gonna figure it out. Are
we getting checks or no?
I don't know. I think it's means tested, which means they're not hitting. If you're making if you're paying the big taxes, you're not going to get $1,000 check. If you're doing the turbo tax and probably getting a refund, you're probably getting the $1,000 check, at least from what I understand. But but I'm not. Once again, I don't know. I don't think people kind of flailing is part of the problem. It's part of why we might be going on the 1 month on, 1 month off schedule.
Yeah.
Yep. What else? Because I'm trying to just talk around things. I don't want to.
Okay. Well, I mean, subject of the coronavirus, our government proves yet again how corrupt of a system it is.
Yo, those douchebags that sold all their stock after going to the coronavirus meeting and then saying, "Nah, dog, it'll be fine," because he's just slamming the sell button.
Cool, it's fun, bro.
Oh man,
What, Nolan? That's exactly it. There was some senator or something that's just like, listen, everything is going to be fine, and then just immediately sold everything.
There's 4 senators. Yeah. 4 of them did it.
Yep.
Across the aisle, too.
I think it was more than I thought it was more than 4 too.
Last time I checked, it was 4, and we got a bipartisan too. So it's not just listen. This is where we can cross the aisle. Corruption. You'd think that it'd be something more dire, but you have Democrats, Republicans doing the predator arm shake, and in the middle it just says profiteering off a pandemic.
Yep.
Because they love it. Can't get enough. Oh boy. Guilty Gear's gonna get rollback netcode. That's
I don't really care.
It's kind of nuts. I hope it's good. I hope. Oh, you go, Nolan.
No. I was gonna say, I hope you guys are prepared for the quarantine.
What?
Because I got something to help. The animal.
What do you got?
The old animal.
You went Animal Crossing. Kevin, did you go Doom?
Yep. Doom is I got Doom. I ordered Animal Crossing. It'll show up next week. It's on its way.
That's what happened.
So what's your island name, Nolan?
Moonscar Island.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good. That's like good and original. I was just gonna name mine Fort Joy because that was the island. That was the prison island in Divinity Original Sin 2, where they sent all the magic users. So that's what I'm gonna name it.
I was laying in my bed and I asked my girlfriend, "Hey, what should I name this island?" She's like, "Oh, you should name it Spooky Island."
Oh, that's a good name.
Live action Scooby-Doo movie, and I'm like, no. I'm gonna name it after a good movie.
Oh man, I like Zombie Island.
Yeah, that's the best Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah. I think it's.
Yeah, I don't think there's competition for it.
The Hex Girls one, I think, is close. It's a little worse. It's still in there. It's not. I would give it like.
The Witch's Ghost.
Is that the one with Salem, and they go to. Yeah, I give that one
the
like.
Hex Girls also are in like the Vampire in Australia movie too.
Yeah, no. And we're not going to talk about Return to Zombie Island because, oh boy.
I don't even know what that is.
So they made a sequel to it, and they really messed up the lore.
Also, okay, so no, I think the real fight for best Scooby-Doo movie is Zombie Island or Scooby-Doo meets Kiss.
Is that the one where like they show that Kiss is some kind of interdimensional force or something?
Yes.
I was gonna.
That's stupid. I love it.
It is rock and roll as hell.
I was gonna say the one where John Cena punches The Rock. That's pretty good.
That's WrestleMania.
Yo, that's what they should do. They should fill in all the scenes with all the Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters. Make it like Space Ghost announcing. Do that.
Listen, I have the perfect idea. It just put a bunch of like cardboard cutouts in the stand.
Yeah.
What Sony did.
Oh
Yeah.
God. I shouldn't have. That was horrific. I don't know why I watched it. I watched Clips watch it mainly to see him devolve over the press conference. But man, that was dry. I probably should have known. But
yeah, like one of the giant bomb people, I can't remember who tweeted like how it's just likely going to be because this is when it wasn't. This is when GDC was supposed to happen. So this was no, not GDC. What's like the European E3?
Okay. Gamescom?
Is it GDC?
I think no. This would have been a GDC. That's a GDC talk where you're talking to like software engineers about how the processor works, and they're going, "Oh," where we're just like, "Oh God, kill me." I don't care. Show me
Well,
Spider-Man.
no, because GDC also has stuff like Mark Rosewater talking about magic design.
Yeah, I watched that one.
Gamescom?
Yeah, Gamescom. That's the one.
So yeah, I think this was supposed to be the Gamescom presentation.
Well,
So it's just all technicalities.
yeah. I actually haven't been playing that much Doom Eternal because I watched all of Beastars. I watched all of it.
You should wait to talk about that for when Nolan gets back.
Oh, is he not here? Did he drop?
He just said he has to step away for a moment.
Oh, okay. I'll wait. I'll wait for Beastars till he gets back. Cause I need.
Let's.
All right.
I watched
Yeah.
Downhill Racer and The Wicker Man, the classic one, this week.
How'd it go?
I didn't actually finish Downhill Racer. I kind of started falling asleep. I will say I like movies from like the 60s and 70s just from how they look on the film.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it was not, I don't know, there's only so much. I imagine there was character growth that happened because the main character, Robert Redford, is playing is like a cocky SOB. And like, it is definitely him learning, no, you're not really as good as you think you are, because if you were, you would just be winning.
Yeah. I've just been,
And,
No, you go.
okay, and then The Wicker Man is, boy howdy, Midsummer just stole everything from The Wicker Man.
Of course, that's the whole plot of the whole Wicker Man is, you hit some kind of harvest festival that went real bad.
Yeah.
It just, you didn't have Nicolas Cage screaming about the bees. Oh, they're in his eyes.
Well, no, I watched the old one.
I know. I'm just saying.
The good one.
No, there are parts of that Wicker Man that are pretty good with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, but if I said, no, I watched the good one, which one would I mean, Kevin?
You mean the one where Nicolas Cage dresses up in a bear suit and punches a woman in the face?
No, I don't.
Ooh, that movie's bad. Oh, I watched the Netflix Doom movie. Not
Say Doom movie or
Yeah.
Dune movie?
Oh, Doom with an M. Hey, Nolan.
Okay.
I was just talking about how I watched Drew talked about movies he watched, which are what are your opinions on Downhill Racer and Old Wicker Man, not Nicolas Cage?
No opinion on either one.
All right. What are your opinions on the Netflix Doom movie?
Doom Annihilation.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of that, and I never got to finish it because I turned it off immediately.
I watched all of it. It's I think it is better than the other Doom movie with The Rock, but it is
Doom?
yeah, The Rock. The one with The Rock is bad. This movie is I would say is equally bad, but because it's lower budget, I forgive it more because it's the difference between you had a movie budget and you failed, between having a Sci-Fi Pictures original movie budget and failing, that my standards are more lax. So I go, okay, you tried.
The literal
Doesn't
I saw like the like they're in a like a that looks fake.
Oh, it looks fake as hell. It looks like the entire movie looks like it's shot in a pre-line. Like if there was a Doom ride and you were in line at Universal Studios, that's where the movie is shot.
Doesn't The Rock Doom have like a very extended first-person segment to that movie?
Yes, and it's the only good thing of that movie because it's you're like, okay, that's what the Doom is. It's still kind of cheesy and lame, but it actually looks like what Doom is. More Doom 3. That's the aesthetic of that movie. But it feels appropriate. And there are interesting ideas. Oh, so what I was going to say before you left, Nolan, is I watched all of Beastars.
Okay.
Have you watched all of Beastars?
I've watched.
All right,
I'm on episode 7.
All right, so you're on episode 7. Okay. That's where they're preparing at the festival. Yeah, so that's like halfway.
Yeah.
That's halfway. Okay. Beastars is great.
It's good. It's so good.
It's really good. I do think it has some pacing problems where you're about to see things escalate wildly, and then they try to bring them back a little bit, and it kind of feels weird. But
yeah,
yo, there's some stuff in that show that is great, and I'm not sure where it's going, but I am intrigued. I can definitely tell. It feels like whoever the author is, this is like her first manga because there's some weird inconsistencies. Some plot threads felt like they got dropped and then are seemingly being picked back up in season 2.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
all right, what?
Finish up. Because I want to change the topic to something, but go ahead and finish up Beastars.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, minor spoiler: the show starts with the murder of one of the students, and then that kind of stops mattering, and it seems like it's gonna start picking back up, figuring out who murdered that guy in season 2. So we kind of.
Oh man, season 2 is gonna be Persona.
Yeah.
No, there's literally a point where you're like, another murder happens. You're like, oh yeah,
that's going on.
Happens.
Okay. Also, I made the tweet. Ruiz is the best character in the show. He's the best character in the show. Nolan, you need to watch all of Beastars to see the pop-offs.
So far, Jack's the best character to me.
Jack is really good. The panda is really good.
The panda's great.
Beastars may or may not just turn into a Yakuza game at one point. Where there's a sequence that feels 100% out of Yakuza. If Kazuma Kiryu shows up, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I am not exaggerating. It's incredible. Yo, it's so good. I have some nerdy ideas of things that are going on in Beastars, and oh boy, there's gonna be some stuff. But
don't worry. While I'm in quarantine, I'm finishing that.
Oh, why I think it's a great show is because it feels really easy to watch. I don't feel like it's every episode feels short, even though they're normal length episodes. And yo, that show's great. Highly recommended.
We had like a little quarantine watch party over here because it was.
Oh yeah, well that's what you'd be doing.
My girlfriend and then another friend who was just over here to be safe.
Yeah.
So, just watch some anime and some crap movies, and I got to introduce them to Neil Breen.
Oh yeah.
You're a terrible friend, Nolan.
Don't worry. Of one of his movies because I wanted him to get a taste of it.
Which one?
But
which one was it? The one where he's a writer and he has magical powers.
That's not. It's okay. So it's not Double Down because that's the one where he's the bioterrorist, and
He's a bioterrorist who is in the desert
eating tuna with his laptops.
And it's not. I am here. Where he's alien cyborg Jesus.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I just don't know what it's called because that's the one where he keeps spilling coffee on all his paper.
Yeah, that's Fateful Findings.
Okay. Oh man. All right, Drew, you wanted to steer the conversation away from Beastars.
Yeah, you were talking about pacing issues, so I want to talk with Nolan about the Oda arc that we have been going through in One Piece and it's finally ended. Like, I don't know, they're like a month ago, I was like, okay, like, I'm kind of tired of Oda. Yeah. Like, I get it, but I'm kind of tired. And then, like, the last month of stuff made me like, but no, Oda, I need more Odin stuff. You can't just end it like that for Odin.
They did him wrong. They did that man dirty.
Yeah.
Like, I was with you on that. I was like, oh, this is so boring. Let's pick it up. And then he gets on the boat with Whitebeard. I'm like, okay. And then he comes back and all that stuff. I'm like, ooh. And then...
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like...
So, the two twists... last chapter. I called one of them, but I didn't call the other one. I called the...
Which one did you call?
The first one.
Yo, just tell me. Spoilers for the end of One Piece arc, because I'm not going to read
traitor, it. But who that one person was hiding as, pretending to be?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Who the confidant was? Yeah, I caught that one too. When they, especially at the start of that chapter, when they were saying all the stuff about like who it was and their background. Like, okay, well, let's look at everyone in Odin's crew and be like, huh. Which one of these could be from the theater?
No. Yeah, that one. Here's what I thought. I thought, like, okay, that's going to be this week, and then next week we're going to pick it up. It's like, no, it's me. I did it. Huh?
Yeah.
You get really surprised. I got really surprised. It's starting to pick up now.
Yeah, no, shit has now hit the fan. So it has, like I say, Kevin, it has been, I don't know how many chapters of the past, of flashback to Odin's life. And now this chapter is finally back to the present. His 7 samurai are beginning their assault on Kaido, and Kaido's boat is meeting them at sea, and it's like, oh crap, like, he wasn't supposed to know we were coming. And, like, out of where he gets, like, cannonball to one side of the ship, and it's Law.
Oh.
And then a cannonball from another side of the ship, and it's Eustace D. Kidd.
Oh.
And then Luffy shows up, too. It's like, nah, when you're on the ocean, you fight pirates.
Oh. Okay.
Listen, if there's any time to get into One Piece, it's quarantine time.
You got
that?
Yeah.
You can finish it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go.
You can read the 900 plus chapters.
Yeah.
I've just been using it to catch on animes that I've been trying to catch up on. Or I was
Chainsaw Man.
Oh, look, are you guys as excited as I am about?
I didn't hear you.
Coming back, guys. The return of Bleach.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh
the
no.
Witch burn or whatever. Burn the witch.
Man, there's going to be like 5 cool parts in that anime series.
No.
I thought it was just a movie.
No, it's a
Is
series.
it gonna be a movie?
No, it's a series.
I think I'm like mixing up some like other news with it.
Yeah, it's sort of like what they did with Fairy Tail, where they did the last part of Fairy Tail so they could finish it. They said, "Here you go. You can watch Fairy Tail." Man, I read too much Fairy Tail. I read a lot of that stupid comic.
That could have Piece instead, Kevin. That
It
could've been
was
good
one.
fairy
No,
tale
this is
instead of bad One Piece.
This was back in the day when I was current with all of it, so I was reading all of it. This was not it. I read Fairy Tail, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. Yo, I was going through every Shonen Jump chapter. This is in college when I could have been outside socializing and I didn't. And now that I'm stuck inside, fool that I am, I've already read it. And know that Bleach gets stupid. And oh, this is going to be the part of Bleach where they ruin all the good parts of Bleach that I like. So that's going to be fascinating to see people go, oh, you thought Hollow Ichigo was cool? Guess what? He's not. It's really...
See, I don't know. I've consistently come to Bleach with the presupposition that it's just bad Yu Yu Hakusho, and thus I've never read Bleach.
Yeah. Oh God! Oh, that ending. Oh, I don't.
No.
Yeah, and this just confirms it for me. Like every time we talk about Bleach.
But there's some parts that are so cool.
Cooler than the parts of Yu Yu Hakusho that are cool?
No.
But Drew, when you see that Bankai come out for the first time, you're like, oh.
You mean like the first time Yusuke does the shotgun? Yeah, that was sick.
That was so
You're
sick,
even
though.
wrong. You're both wrong. Nothing in Bleach is as cool as Hiei using the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, and then his arm is fucked up because it's too powerful. I think it's that cool.
Like, they made the, edgy, punk guy legitimately cool because we got to see how much, pain in the ass hard work that character actually takes to be real.
How he nerfed himself so hard just so he could see his sister.
Yeah.
He nerfed himself so hard for just that.
Yep.
Hiei's the best. God.
I like Yusuke better.
Yusuke is really good, but he is really good. Yo, nothing in Bleach. Kuwabara, yeah. Nothing in Bleach is as cool as during the Dark Tournament where that guy thinks he's gonna make Kurama really young. Ha ha ha, I got you, Kurama. You're gonna be like a baby. I've done it. And then Kurama is all like, oh, you done fucked up now. No one fucks up harder than that guy.
No, nothing in Bleach is as cool as Kuwabara getting back up and saying, you thought I was dead, Yusuke, you cried.
Forgot about that.
It's, oh man. Yo, that part in Yu Yu Hakusho where Yusuke put the lit cigarette on the guy because he couldn't sense him and just punches him.
Yo, that part in Yu Yu Hakusho where Yusuke's like, well, that guy's got horns growing out of his head. Oh, well, not my problem.
That part in Yu Yu Hakusho where Kuwabara is just getting by the big rock guy, and then he sees his girlfriend. He's like, "Oh no, I got this."
Girlfriend's a little too strong of a term, Noah. Let's be honest.
I'm sorry. Woman he fantasizes about.
There you go.
Yo, that part in Yu Yu,
we called him.
yo, that part in Yu Yu Hakusho where Yusuke went inside Kuwabara's dreams and told him to kiss him, and then Kuwabara just goes to the arcade and starts racing. He's like, come on.
Nothing's cooler than any part where Kuwabara's sister is hanging out with the businessman.
Oh, that's great.
He's so cool.
Oh man, I thought that businessman was Yusuke's dad. The first time I was watching it.
Because he's got the same hair.
Yeah, I thought I was like, oh, that's his dad. His dad was into demon stuff, and then he hooked up with his mom and then left him to go back to demon stuff. That makes sense. Which is technically correct. That is what happened. His dad did hook up. with his mom and then left him to go back doing demon stuff.
Yeah, nothing in Bleach is as cool as Kuwabara deciding to bunker down and get into college.
Nothing in there is as cool as when that kid realizes that Sensei just thinks he's completely disposable while he's having like the arcade match.
He doesn't think he's disposable. He's just like, no, it's like, I'm thinking they won't kill a child, or at least it'll take them a while to do it.
That part where the Shadow Guy territory just completely fucks Yusuke, like 100%, where he's like, I stepped under Shadow, you can't attack me. And he's like, when you don't, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Just... Yeah, he like steps off him for a hair, and Yusuke immediately goes for the throat.
It's like, yeah, you got me, but you can't do shit. I'll fuck you up.
Yo, whenever they say each other, and it counts as saying hot...
Oh, I remember that. God, that was so cool. I loved how the territories work.
Yusuke asked for Botan's sizes as a way to identify who's real.
Nothing's cooler than that fight he has against the, what are they, the Holy Beasts?
Yeah, the four Saint Beasts.
The four Saint Beasts. He does the cut. He does the anime cut. That was the first time I ever saw him. Like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, and it's great because like Yusuke and Kuwabara at that point, it's like Kuwabara's like, what? It's like he cut him one time. How'd he do that with one slash? And Yusuke's like, I think I saw like 7 or 8. And Kuwabara's like, I saw like 14. And he's like, I did 16.
God, he is cool.
Yeah, he is.
All right, I'm gonna do a postulation. So Hiei is an edgy motherfucker.
Yes.
Is he only acceptable and cool because he's short? Because that makes it like if he was really tall and buff, you'd be like, oh, this guy sucks. But he's kind of short. You're like, no, that's great.
No, he is acceptable, and he'd be acceptable if he was tall and buff too, because we see him consistently having to suffer to get better.
That's true.
He's not just I'm the best because he's the best. He has to sacrifice an arm to beat another fire demon and then live with those repercussions through the rest of the tournament.
It's like how Goku can just use the Kaioken whenever with no downside, even though there is a downside. But it doesn't matter. He just turns it on.
Yeah, downside.
Kind of like with Gear Second with Luffy. He just turns that thing on.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be killing him, but who cares? Nah. Emperor time, though. That's bad.
I wish the One Piece anime was better.
I think it's
all right now.
It's a problem of its own success, where because it got so successful, it doesn't matter that they could have like slacked on it.
Okay, so you know how anime theme songs are really good about spoiling things that are yet to come in the anime?
Yes.
So the latest One Piece opening went one step beyond and started spoiling things from the manga that had yet to happen.
Good. That's what I want to see. Oh yeah, I was talking about anime. I'm gonna have to watch that Eze Koken show. That'll be the next one.
Zoken.
Yeah. That'll be my anime catch up. Watching the good stuff. Still doing
Green Chainsaw Man.
That's on there. Right now my computer time is focused on Teamfight Tactics season, I think it's 3, the new season, the space season. It's really good. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. You got new synergies.
We mute Kevin?
I'm gonna be streaming it. And I will be streaming at some point that Call of Duty Battle Royale, because they added singles to it. Because then I can stream it. I just don't like streaming things on the PlayStation 4 because I can't figure out how to make my microphone not broadcast everywhere. And it makes me feel embarrassed, even though I'm technically.
Have you Googled it yet?
No, I watched Jeff Gerstmann played it, and and the thing was it had
No, the microphone issue. Have you Googled the microphone issue?
I've tried. It's certain games do it. So certain games you can turn off voice comms, and it's fine. But I've had other games where if there's a mic in there, it's just on. And I think Mortal Kombat was like that, where I tried to go into the menus and turn off talking, and it just wouldn't work. It was like, oh. But
I remember us playing Apex, and like I could talk to you, and you could talk to the third guy, but I could not talk to him or hear him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Apex was funky. Yeah. So I didn't play much of Doom. I like it. It gets.
Nolan?
Rest in peace.
I heard Apex.
Yeah, rip in peace, Apex.
Oh, I was gonna thought you were gonna say rest in peace, Kenny Rogers. Because rest in peace, Kenny Rogers.
Did he die?
Yep.
When?
Today.
Yeah.
Gotta know when to hold them.
Yeah.
And you gotta know when to fold them.
Yeah. He broke even at the end.
No, I think he came out ahead.
Oh, he came out really ahead. Oh, he's like beloved by if even nerds like me who don't listen to country music are like, oh man, yo, you did good. You did really good.
Yeah.
If you have cross-genre appeal, where someone like me who's listening to anime soundtracks on my playlist has Kenny Rogers the Gambler in there next to.
Yeah, that's still an anime track, Kevin. It's from King of the Hill, the best anime.
That's true. Also from Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how I always think about it.
Shit. Oh
Nah, you gotta. No, that's my dream. My dream AFV is a Yu-Gi-Oh! To the Gambler.
This is a stupid question, but which series?
Oh, it's the original. And it's Duelist Kingdom. Because Duelist Kingdom is the most fucking weird.
See, I would have argued it's Joey Wheeler.
Joey Wheeler's pretty good. Just a whole Joey's, all of his decks, because they're all random. Show the Time Wizard going around.
Yeah. And Roulette Spider.
Yeah. That would make sense. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. That's what you do. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I shouldn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh. I tried.
No, you shouldn't.
I thought Arc V was going to be incredible, and then it just didn't.
Oh.
There were some moments at Arc V that was like...
I got into like 2 episodes Arc V. I'm like, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't watch any.
Arc V...
Yu-Gi-Oh's for children.
Yeah.
I say this like I say this someone who likes animated television, but no, that show's for children. That is a commercial for children.
Yeah.
The last good Yu-Gi-Oh was 5Ds.
5Ds is okay. There were just the moments of Arc V where it was like episode 5 or something, where they go, "We have a problem, sir," and he goes, "What?" And he pulls out like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 style, someone trapped in the card, and the guy just goes, "I know what this is," and you're like, "Oh fuck, they're going there." The Yu-Gi-Ohs are gonna start fighting, but they did. It was dumb, and then they didn't. They didn't commit. They didn't commit. All right, you got anything else?
No, you shouldn't.
I actually do.
All right.
Okay, what
Hit
you
it.
got, Nolan?
Well, do you got something, Drew?
I was just gonna say, it turns out I overthought the story from last week, where it wasn't me that they were talking about. It was that bald guy with glasses that no one likes.
Oh. You played yourself?
Yeah, I played myself, but I got closure, so it's okay.
Did you just ask him?
Yeah, I just asked her. I was like, I really think it was me. And she's like, it's like, who do you think I was talking to? It's like, I thought you were talking to blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I was talking to someone else. It's like, oh.
I like that direct approach.
Yeah, the truth. As you get older, it's not like you don't become more moral. It's just, it's easier. And it's like, get older, I'm like, I don't know if I'm getting more patient or what, but it's like, it's just way easier to just do the simple thing that you know will solve it on the first try instead of like the roundabout whatever that might be easier on the first try, but after like 2 or 3 attempts, now you've invested more effort than initially just doing it properly.
Now that's just because that's just because you've gone the roundabout way and you know it's not worth it. It's the same ideal where the first time someone has a crush, it's this gigantic, like, I need to somehow convince and do all this bullshit. And then by the time you're just like, hey, you want to go out to a girl? And she says, yes, that's cool. If she says, no, it's fine. You just go off. But that first time, when you're in middle school to high school, and you're like, okay, I gotta like, ask her, like, hey, what do you think about, stuff? And then walk away.
I gotta ask her friends, and I gotta be very vague with everything I say.
Yeah, everything has to be vague and non-committal. So then it's like, nah, fuck it.
Gotta be cool.
Yeah.
And then you'd see the episode of King of the Hill where Boomhauer tells you how it is.
That is that's one of the episodes I would show of a TV show I would show to kids in like high school or whatever. Like, watch it. The Boomhauer method.
It doesn't matter.
Just, it's like, nah, Boomhauer method. You just go, hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go? Hey, she said yes. It's like, what?
There you go. Got one.
It's like, what? That's it? It's like, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
There's nothing fancy. So we're going to talk about Nolan.
Okay, well, I wasn't talking about seeing as we're all starting to get older and we're in these disgusting weak flesh out, more often than not, I'll run into stuff or stub my toe or hit something.
Oh, yeah.
It causes me pain.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't like the sounds that are coming out of my mouth, like
Oh, yeah.
What would if you replace the noise of you getting hurt with any sort of video game, movie or show sound? What would you replace it with?
Oh, that's interesting.
Now,
I think I'd go with like Smash Brothers 64 sound effects.
that is good. My idea was country gremlins getting hit sounds anytime I get hurt.
I always like. I would want each injury to have either, like, it depends. Like, if I could have my internal injuries have some kind of klaxon or like siren alert so that I would know what's what. So the other day when I ate bad pimento cheese and had gas, I would rather an alarm be sounding instead of just my stomach grumbling and a burp or a fart. It'd be like a brow, brow, like, uh-oh, it's bad.
I like the idea of having a siren system where, much like you can tell an ambulance versus a fire truck versus a police car, you would know it's like, oh, this is just gas, or this is a real problem.
Exactly. Like, I want it to be obvious.
I want the Pokemon Black and White low health noise to come on anytime I really have to. Anytime I'm about to crap myself.
That's it. Like, is this you're in this? This is how mature we are in this podcast. You're in a situation where you're at night and you're like, is this a fart or a shit? And he's like, people, and you're like, oh nope.
Like, oh no.
Oh, I need to go. And then you have that dire part where you're feeling completely fine, and then it just starts people. You're like, uh-oh.
See, I don't know. Part of me also likes it better that it's whenever you're not sure if it's a fart or a poop, that it then plays the Pokemon battle intro music.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like every injury. Every injury or shenanigans having a sound effect. What? Uh-oh.
Nothing. I'm trying to think of other games or shows that have good sound design.
I always like I mean, just because I've been watching stuff with old Doom, I like all the old Doom monster sound effects. So you get those stock footage like like oh no, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. You know what it is?
What it is?
It's the Ed and Eddie sound effect.
Oh my gosh.
That's what plays for just every individual. So you're like that, you get all of those. That's it. I want it. I want it to sound like an Ed and Eddie cartoon whenever I stub my toe. So I'm like Gerald.
That'd be the worst because you'd be so mad at stubbing your toe, but then the sound effect, you'd be trying not to laugh while you're mad at your toe.
Or just it compounds. I want every injury I succumb to turn into basically Ed and Eddie sound clips, which means if I'm going into surgery, it's really awkward. It's like, oh, that's his body in pain.
No, because everything the surgeons do is another injury. So, it's just going to be an Ed and Eddie soundboard as they slice into you.
Yes, that's what I want. That's the life I would choose. I'd make that monkey's paw wish because there's no way it could go wrong because it's already wrong.
Yeah, all it can do is make it go good.
Exactly. That's how you defeat the monkey's paw. Say, I want an Ed and Eddie sound clip to play every time I suffer an injury. It's like,
So yeah, then it becomes as they're doing it, they can begin mapping the noises to your organs and things going wrong.
Oh. No, yeah, okay. That's a good ending.
Yeah,
that's good.
solid.
I'm good with that. I'm good with living with Ed and Eddie sound effects. Later days.
Alright.
Okay.
Next week, we'll probably still be in quarantine.
Yeah. Alright. Before we go, best Kanker.
Okay, so there's a very specific tier list that I have that is correct and right, and you can't argue against it.
I'm listening.
Okay, so first off, Marie is the blue-haired one, May is the blonde, and Lee is the redhead.
Yes.
Okay, so the order is top, fan art Marie and Marie. One step down is fan art Lee. One step down is May and fan art May. And one step down is Lee.
Okay, so give me the tier list just by the hair colors, because I don't.
Okay, tier list top is fan art blue and blue.
Okay.
One step down is fan art red. One step down is fan art yellow and yellow, and one step down is red.
Yeah.
I would put fan art yellow above fan art red. However, the rest of the tier list I would leave as equal.
Fan art Lee is a surprisingly strong contender.
I'm fine either way as long as there's a power gap between Marie and the rest.
Yeah, no, that's no.
Oh yeah, no, Marie, no, Blue's the best. Blue's the best by far. Like not.
Also, question: does it affect your rankings when Redhead is a Cyclops?
It improves it. Her being a Cyclops makes it go up. I would.
Well, like an actual Cyclops? Or...
Yes.
No, like an actual Cyclops.
Yeah, one eye.
Because I don't know. I think it's like a still you can catch from one episode of Ed, and Eddie is she's a Cyclops.
I've always assumed she was. I leave it. I would, but yeah, it's Blue. Yeah, I can't argue your tier
Blue,
list.
Power gap, and then red and yellow. It doesn't matter.
I can't.
I don't care.
I can't argue it.
I got
Marie's at the top.
Yeah.
There's such a gap that it doesn't matter for the other two.
No. Marie.
The real question, if I wanted to put in an amount of work for something stupid and trivial, would be to, like, capture a footage of every background lady from Courage the Cowardly Dog and tier list those.
Do the background cartoon, the sub character waifu tier list, where non to minor speaking role. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Bunny and on this list.
Bunny and Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, they on there. I don't know.
The top at least.
I like the dark-skinned lady who like screams and opens the airplane door and gets sucked out.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Or you know what? Listen, I'm gonna have to go with that mermaid lady.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't wrong.
I'm gonna get eaten, but you know, hey.
What about Eustace?
Pre-transformation or post?
Both.
What about Eustace's truck? Think about it.
I know what happens when you mess with Zeus's woman, Kevin. So I
That's
touch
true.
that one.
That's true. She's a fine woman. Got a fine pair of lungs. Alright. I'm ending with that. No interspecies reviewers here. Later days. Bye.
Honk honk.